Como ça va, YouTube? Danny here, Cajun Hydroponics. Today, we are not growing anything. We are making something. Smothered turkey necks. Smothered turkey necks. Yeah, it's good. Most people use that as crab bait. I use it as rice and gravy. So, this is about half of the turkey necks. And what we will do with the turkey necks is we take it, put some Worcestershire sauce on it, and some soy sauce. Put it over it. Then you take it and you mix it. Get it good and lathered up all over it. Then we're going to put a little bit of garlic, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of lemon pepper, and some Tony Sacheries. Sacheries. It don't pronounce it like it's spelled. But you go ahead and you take that and put that on there. Be back in a second. So this is my crack staff photography people, myself. You just take it and put the lean patterns all over. You want it to get all over, soak in, then you're gonna rub it in. Don't worry about it getting on the bottom because you're gonna use that for the other side. Go easy with the soy sauce, just a little bit. And you're gonna take it and wipe it around. Get it all over, good and drenched, just like that. Let's see, crab bait? No, says I. Now, you want to make sure you got it all over. We can start with the Tony Sacheries. Sprinkle it good and good. Give it a good drenching. Then flip it over me. Now I flipped it over, and we're gonna do the same thing. Bunches of Tonys. You can use any type of seasoning you want for your flavor that you want to achieve. But to me, the big difference makes when you come up with the Worcestershire sauce. And I add the soy sauce a little bit. It doesn't make that big of a difference. And then a light coat black pepper just on the top. That's up here. I'm only doing one side. Lemon pepper. It's lemon pepper always gets damp, but and then the garlic. I like to add the garlic and the lemon pepper and the black pepper. It gives what the Tonys, to me it gives what the Tonys doesn't give. Not a whole bunch of garlic. Then from here, we're going to heat the pan up and start to fry. Right, now we're going to take them and put them in. You take the side, you just put the garlic and black powder on and the lemon pepper. Put that facing down in the hot grease. At this point, we got them on a low, medium fire. You want it hot, you want to be able to cook, you want to brown everything. Some people take them and they'll put them in the oven, cook them in the oven for a couple of hours. I don't do that. I take them and I brown them real good. It helps make the gravy when we throw the onions in. So right now, you just want to move them around, make sure they don't stick too bad. As soon as this is done, we're going to, as soon as we know they're not going to stick, it is 9:32. So as soon as we know they're not going to stick, we're going to put the lid on it and let it start cooking. You see that right there? That right there? There's going to be some darkening of the gravy. Wow. Now we're going to cut the onions. If it says 1 onion in the recipe, I'm using 4. Usually like to use a little bit more, but we kind of hanging on to what we got because of the situation. But we're gonna take this and we're gonna pow! Pow! Alright, so it is 9:40. Not sure how long it's been there. The lid's been on it since we took the last break. But you can see everything's starting to brown on the top and brown on the bottom. So at this point, I'm going to take them and flip them. I was cutting onions, so I don't think my hands ain't clean. But you want to take them and flip them. And it's hot. God, it's good. You see the color? That's about the color you want when you flip them. Again, you don't want it too hot. You want it cooking, but not too hot, because you don't want it to start burning to the bottom of the pan yet. Forgot to say at the beginning, I'll probably put half a cup of grease, cooking oil, on the bottom of the pan to let it heat up. That way it helps from sticking. It also helps the onions fall apart faster. It's not healthy, but it's good. You see right here. Sticking a little bit, make it to brown. Nothing wrong with that. You're gonna need that later to make your stuff dark. So, probably be like this another 10 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. That's the Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce and seasoning that was left over in the pan that I mixed them in. Just set them in there, put the lid back on it, and let it brown some more. 9:52. I sped the heat up and I put it on the one burner instead of the griddle burner and the big burner. It's starting to boil out some of the water. You can see the grease. The grease is burning up. It's making a pretty. Turkey necks make a beautiful gravy. Beautiful gravy. They're hard to eat. There's some work to eat. They're not hard to eat. They're doing good. Probably gonna give them another 15 minutes of cooking like this. Then I'm gonna take them out, put the onions in. Okay, so at this point, 10 o'clock. Boy, look, can't get no better than that. At this point, we're gonna go ahead and take the turkey necks out, set them on the side to be able to put the onions in. I don't know if you can see it, but on the sides and stuff, you can see where the meat and the grimies, like they call them, up on the Rob, Cajun Rob, like Primal Cajun. That dude can cook. You'll need to check him out. But you can see it's kind of starting to stick to the bottom. That's what you want. That's the point. When you take all these out, you don't really have to worry if they're not as brown as you want or as brown as you think or anything like that, because you can have a while of boiling them after the onions get in to where your gravy thickens up. So, like I said, you can see it's thick on the bottom, the grease and all that good stuff to make a pretty gravy. Be right back. All right. So at this point, I pulled all the turkey necks out, and the grease and the grimies and all that's still cooking on the bottom. Now we're gonna put the onions in. Let's see if I can do this without dumping them on the ground. You can also add mushrooms and stuff like that. 1 second. I like to add about 2 tablespoons of cut up jalapenos. I didn't look to see if I had any yet, but we're gonna see. But you throw that in there like that, comme ça. And you spread the onions as much as possible. Mix them in that grease. to keep the juices in. Let's see if we got some jalapenos. Okay, so at this point, we've added the mushrooms and the jalapenos, about 2 tablespoons of jalapenos. It all depends on your flavor if you like it. I like jalapenos instead of bell peppers. I rather mushrooms instead of celery. Most Cajuns call the onions celery, and bell peppers the Trinity, not me. That's mine. You can see it's getting pretty thick already. It's doing well. You got to watch it. At this point, you could be stirring a lot. But what I did was took 1 can like that, popped it open, and I dumped the juice inside the pot to help it from sticking. You're gonna see real quick. We're gonna have to start. You're gonna see real quick. We're gonna have to start stirring pretty regular to keep it from sticking and burning on the bottom. Joe, you see that right there? There's 2 Boston butts. That's tomorrow. Feeding my girls and their boyfriends. Lord, that takes a lot of groceries them boys eat. It is just 10:10. As you can see, starting to stick. Keep stirring it, keep scraping the sides. I got the heat on the burner right now up all the way. You can see if I just push the onions across, you see it sticking on the bottom. That's what you want. Onions are gonna fall apart fast. If they start sticking too much as the water, balls out, always have a cup of water on the side so you can add it. Gonna flatten this out, then I'll let it cook till it starts sticking good. Add some water. Show you what I'm talking about. 10:13. You can hear everything frying. Oh, it's drying up. At this point, I like to pour all the onions and stuff to the middle as best as I can over the fire. Take my water, a little bit at a time. That'll help soften up the onions. Keep it easy. Any piece of meat you use this to make. That's how I make my gravy. It's always the same. Any type of meat. You can see when I push it, sticking on the bottom. All good. Scrape the bottom. Scrape. You need that fancy Cajun spoon. Can't scrape the bottom with a round bottom. So you keep doing this till it gets nice and dark. Chew! Almost had a catastrophe. Walked away from it for a minute. Come back, everything was starting to get burnt. Another 2 minutes, I'd have lost it all. But got a good, pretty gravy now. Couldn't record the mess because I was trying to save it. But you can see, still right here. Scraping the sides, scraping the bottom. Now we're going to put the the turkey necks in. And it'll take probably an hour to an hour and a half for them to get right. Boiling in the water. Sorry for making y'all dizzy. I'm have to fire my camera crew, I guess. But take this. And I fill them up with water just over the top. just over the top of the meat. And then you can let it boil down till the meat's falling off the bone. Stir it again just to make sure nothing's stuck to the bottoms. Put the lid and let it burl. And at 11:27, that is the end of it. Just let it cook. I added that water that one time, and it is good. Oh, that good gravy. The gravy's a little thin, but that's how the kids like it. If you want to thicken it up, put a tablespoon of cornstarch with a cup of water and mix it in. So that's it. Y'all enjoy it. Later. Y'all grow that.